Let me begin by asking you a question. Do you often read online reviews before making a purchasing decision? If you do, please raise your hand. I see a lot of hands. Thank you. You may put down your hand. Let me ask you another question. Do you often write online reviews about your purchasing experiences? If you do, please raise your hand. Not as many hands as before. Thank you. You may put down your hand. For a lot of people, reading reviews online has been an essential part of navigating the online marketplace. A survey conducted by PW Research Center in 2015 shows that some 40% of Americans always rely on online reviews when making purchasing decisions. But a much smaller share consistently write their own reviews. In fact, in the same study, only 1 in 10 respondents always write their own reviews, and a full 38% of respondents never read their own reviews. So I'm wondering, why are there so fewer people who write reviews, given that there are a lot of people who care about them? As an economist, my instinct tells me that it must be the cost of writing reviews overweigh the benefit from it. For a lot of us, writing reviews can be time-consuming. And sometimes posting negative reviews might make us look cranky and mean. On the other hand, the benefit from writing reviews just seems trivial. You might think, one review wouldn't matter much, right? Especially when there are other people already writing them, we simply don't need to, right? Well, if you think so, my talk today will make you think again. Let me share this story with you first. It starts with some online Christmas shopping gone wrong. In the winter of 2008, John Palmer of Layton, Utah decided to buy his wife Jan a couple of holiday tchotchkes from the online retailer cleargear.com. But the order never arrived. After a testing back and forth with the customer service, Jan Palmer did what many thousands of consumers do every month. She posted her negative experiences on the business review site called RickUpReport.com. 4 years later, Clear Gear sent an email to this couple demanding them to take the review down. And if it didn't comply, they would be fined for $3,500. The Palmers refused to take the review down or pay the fine. A few months later, the couple found their credit had taken a major hit. It turns out that the Clear Gear has passed on the fine to a collection agency and reported it to several credit bureaus as an unpaid bill. The Palmer's case brought a lot of public attention and media coverage during 2014. In fact, they were not alone. There are other consumers who are also sued by posting negative reviews. The good news is, after a lengthy legal back and forth, the Palmers won the default judgment in the federal court and their credit was restored. But the public were just shocked about how far companies would go to combat negative reviews. I mean, just one negative comment. Does it really worth it? Well, for a lot of businesses, online reputation is very powerful, especially in the digital world we live in right now. I mean, we all must have heard people talking about fake news, fake reviews, and things like that. Economists have been studying the impact of online reviews for years. A growing body of evidence suggests that user-generated content platforms, including online review, have a large causal impact on economic and social outcomes, ranging from restaurant decisions to voting behavior. As for online reviews specifically, its impact has been documented in various industries. For example, a 1-star increase in Yelp rating leads to a 5 to 9% increase in restaurant revenue. Another study found an improvement in the book's review leads to an increase in in its relative sales at Barnes & Noble and Amazon. Similar patterns has also been found for hotels, movies, and sellers on eBay, and etc. You see, since online reviews had such a big impact, businesses, of course, care about them. So my question is, instead of covering up negative reviews or posting fake reviews, what businesses fix their problems and improve their quality? And that is exactly the motivation of my research project. My project attempts to investigate whether online reviews could motivate firms to improve their quality, thus whether online reviews could provide effective quality provision. The setting of my research project is the lodging industry. I collected all the reviews from TripAdvisor for all hotels in Chicago, Houston, and Miami Beach up to 2017. My hypothesis is that as the penetration of TripAdvisor increases over time, the distribution of hotel quality would shift towards a higher level. Without going too deep, let me show you some suggestive evidences. Here we can see are the histograms of the average review rating for all hotels in my sample at the end of 2008, 2012, and 2017. On the horizontal axis are the average review rating for hotels ranging from 0 to 5. On the vertical axis are the proportion of hotels that fell into each rating beam. As we can see, over time, there are indeed more and more hotels that fell into a higher rating beam. What about hotels who cannot afford to improve their quality or are unwilling to improve their quality? Would negative reviews drive low-quality hotels out of the market? Here are some suggestive evidences. We can see the number of exited hotels dramatically increased after 2010. And who are those exited hotels? On the right-hand side, we can see the orange line indicating the average rating for the exited hotels are significantly lower than the average review rating for the rest of the market. So maybe we can expect as more and more people using and posting online reviews, it's going to be harder and harder for low-quality hotels to hide themselves. Of course, all the hypothesis sounds nice, but in order to draw a conclusion, I need to adopt a rigorous research approach, which is what I'm working on right now. Coming back to the initial cost and benefit analysis. Yes, posting reviews could be costly. Sometimes the cost is a legal battle. But the good news is, in 2016, President Obama signed Consumer Review Fairness Act. It protects people's ability to share their honest opinions about businesses' products, services, or conduct in any forum, including social media. So now, when you decide to tell the truth, you will no longer need to go through what the Palmers went through. Just think about what the world would be like if everybody starts to share their honest opinions with everybody else. The consumers would be more informed, the businesses would be more transparent, and the overall quality of the products and services would improve to a higher level. So my message here for you today is share your experiences. Be the one who tells the truth. And let's use the power of online reviews to make the world a better place. Thank you.